Fantastic. Well, Rhiannon. Okay, that was interesting when you won on points.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Tell me, did that match pan out the way you framed it?
Well, I thought that the mortgage provider was being a little cocky.
Right. Okay, and you weren't expecting that?
No, they were like, duh, well that's obviously what's going to happen then. I don't think it is obvious.
Right, but let me bring you back to your strategy, if I may.
Yeah.
Okay. In your strategy, you were wanting answers.
Yeah.
Were you not getting the answers you were demanding? Were the answers there? Or were they just that bit more provocative than you thought?
They were more provocative than I'd imagined them being.
Right. So the authorship kind of slipped from you at that point.
Yeah, I didn't like the way that my opponent was carrying on. I asked some straight questions and I felt like I was getting a little bit of a cocky response back.
So you're back-footed then?
Yeah.
So what were your tactics after that in order to gain, because you had one hell of a slug at one point, you had them down?
Yeah, I just thought I'd just keep powering through and ask more questions. I asked more questions than I'd originally intended.
Oh, right. So were you getting answers that actually were of any value at all?
Well, I felt like they just confirmed what I already knew.
Right.
They did answer the questions, but they just confirmed what I already knew. So I thought I'll just keep throwing questions at them and just wait for them to fall into a decline.
Right, okay. Did you think you kind of got there? Is that match playing out the way you hoped? Did you get the result you were after?
I feel satisfied to know that I won, but I would have liked to see them down and out.
It's interesting because that's quite a shift from your initial strategy there, wasn't it?
Mm.
Your initial strategy, you didn't see a knockout.
No.
So you've actually got quite a shift. Where was that change, and how could you have fashioned that change?
Well, I thought they'd respond in a really clear-cut, professional way, but when they started being cocky, I thought I just want them to be knocked out, but I didn't know then whether I could or not. Right.
So in a sense, there was a sense of permission or ownership came back.
Yeah.
To the lad.
Yeah.
That's really very, very interesting. Is there any other observations you want to make about your match at this point?
I kind of quite liked taking my frustration out on someone.
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed that. It was very hot.
Yeah.
I think my opponent wasn't really saying anything before we got into the ring, and I was perhaps expecting him to goad me a little bit more.
Right.
On the way in.
That's interesting. That wasn't enough for you. You maybe wanted the questions earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
And do you think that would have then changed the outcome in any way?
I think had he been a bit kind of more goading me before, I'd have probably been more angry at the off and more persistent and pushy with my questions. You might have got the knockout you were after. But it's interesting actually you didn't want a knockout to begin with, and it's emerged through, and it's how you were able to actually achieve that change of thought, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I think that's all right for tonight's viewers. It's been great to have chatted to you. You as well. It was a good win, 1 point. Thank you very much. I mean, I saw it coming from for about halfway through the match, and I enjoyed the fight. Excellent, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sir Rapstuart.